tales for dark nights.
The following performance is a second-round entry in the 2016 Evil Idol competition, and you, the listener, get to help decide who wins. Like what you hear? Click the thumbs up. Don't care for it? Click the thumbs down. Good luck to all of our contestants.
Wrong Girl. Written by Redditor Strawberry Sunset. Narrated by Korynn Warthern for Chilling Tales for Dark Nights and the Evil Idol competition. The first time I took the blame was on purpose. I was in 4th grade, and someone had caught my sister stealing a candy bar from the lunchroom. A classmate said she saw it with her own 2 eyes. Mylene Lee, swiping a Hershey bar straight from under the cafeteria lady's nose. Mylene was sent to the principal's office. I followed. She looked ready to burst into tears, standing in that big room in front of Mrs. Bradshaw. She always cried so easily. I took her hand and I squeezed it. Mylene, Mrs. Bradshaw began, do you know why you're here? It was a mistake, I said for Mylene, looking up at Mrs. Bradshaw. She waited, face expectant, fingers drumming against her desk. You got the wrong girl. It was me. Mylene and I look alike. We get mixed up all the time. Mylene hiccuped, nerves getting the best of her. Tears fell on the carpet, the fabric soaking up the lies. Mylene didn't do anything wrong. I got detention and a phone call home. Mylene got to go to the slumber party she'd been looking forward to. But not before she broke me off half a chocolate bar. It went like that a while longer. A year older, I was the elder sister, supposed to set an example. It didn't quite turn out how my parents envisioned. I had a soft spot for Mylene, one that she crawled into and eroded, hollowing out my heart in the shape of her. She batted those oak brown eyes, and I'd hide the weed in my underwear drawer. She turned her pink lips into a pout, and I'd be the one confessing to totaling the car. Soon it just became association. Marie was the one sneaking out last night. Marie was the one smoking the joint. Marie was the one playing that shitty music at 3 a.m. She was probably also the one who broke into that abandoned warehouse last week, too. I took my place as the black sheep, as the wrong kind of girl, with a small amount of pride. I was Mylene's personal hero, with her always crowing about how cool I was, how amazing I was, giving her the opportunity to have all the fun she wanted. I smiled at those moments. It felt nice to be so adored. Sometimes Mylene felt bad about what my role had become, but I told her not to worry about the constant groundings. I was an introvert anyway. As long as Mylene was there, I didn't mind the whispers, glares, and rumors. Mylene knew who I really was, and that was enough. In the middle of senior year, it got a little harder to be the scapegoat. Mylene got a tattoo of an anchor and flowers on her ankle, against the wishes of our decidedly anti-tattoo parents. She burst into my room crying, latching onto my arm and nuzzling my neck. She couldn't hide it forever. She didn't know what to do. Luckily, my years with Mylene had made me somewhat craftier than the average bear. I shelled out $100 to a kid at school to make a fake cast. I made fake Facebook posts while my parents were at work, chronicling a fake injury, a fake trip to the Minute Clinic. Mylene got something to cover up her tattoo for a couple months, until she moved out with her boyfriend. Just enough time for me to get a matching design, face our parents' initial wrath, then claim that I talked Mylene into being a copycat. The trouble was worth it, seeing a relieved smile break over that pretty face. As we got older, I kept helping out Mylene. I lent her cars and money. I bought the flashy clothes, the alcohol, the drugs. When she needed to throw a party, I offered my place so her landlord wouldn't bitch. When she was hungover from said party, I cleaned up and went to work in her place. I did my makeup and hair just like hers, adopted a few quirks. The work was simple. By my third shift, I was a pro. And even for an introvert who made her living off of a computer, the little bouts of socialization were appreciated. Mylene was a happy person, friendly with all of her coworkers. Perhaps a little too friendly, in my opinion. I constantly felt eyes on me, hungry and tearing me apart, sending shivers up my back. I smiled and said nothing. Mylene's coworkers may have been trash, getting their kicks from watching a girl restock aisle 4, but I trusted that Mylene knew how to handle them. I left well enough alone, bringing home crackers and seltzer to a groggy but grinning younger sister. I know by now that some might want to call Mylene selfish. But really, I just spoiled her. I made her think it was okay to leave me in the flashing lights with a bag of cocaine, leading to a conviction coupled with house arrest and probation. I led her to think that my place was a safe place to crash at, trailing one-night stands in her wake. At least if they tried to bother her, they wouldn't know where she really lived. I strong-armed stalkers and creeps alike, convinced that Mylene's collars weren't good enough for her. I'm the one who was selfish. I wanted Mylene to depend on me for everything. I was lonely since birth, and Mylene was just so warm, so sweet. Her love was infectious. We went to Europe together, spending lazy days in 9 different countries. We painted each other's toes. We watched crappy romances and laughed about how that would never be us. I'd pay any price for that. I'd go without sleep, writing out a perfect thesis for Mylene, 1,000 nights over. It didn't matter if the wrong girl had graduated. It didn't matter if the wrong girl got caught in the slammer. If the wrong girl paid the piper. I would be whatever kind of girl Mylene needed, as long as she needed me. Our lives were as simple and reliable as that. Mylene was like clockwork. I knew the highs, lows, and in-betweens as closely as the blood in my veins. It's why last year I wasn't surprised to unlock my door and find someone else's shoes in the entryway. It was about the time that Mylene went on the rocks with her new boyfriend. I dropped my purse, looking forward to Mylene's stay. We needed to catch up on our Gilmore Girls marathon. It was the creek that set me off. I knew exactly how Mylene moved and staggered. She only weighed 105 pounds. The footsteps that I heard through the shadowed house coming from my bedroom came from something about 100 pounds heavier. I realized I could smell copper, as pungent as a trash can burning in the hot sun. I closed the door softly behind me and waited for my ears to adjust. Heart thudding, I carefully walked down the hall, pushing open the door I'd left closed. I saw Mylene on the floor, quiet and bloody, carpet soaking up her life. Then I saw what had done it. Her coworker was crouched beside her, a knife clutched in his hand. He pulled his grubby fingers out of Mylene's tangled hair, looking up at me. He smiled and stood. My eyes stayed on Mylene, willing her chest to move. Was that it? Shit, it was too dark. Don't scream, he said gently. I glared at him, taking steps toward the light switch. His face went slack, surprised. Then he laughed. He pressed his bloody hands to his face, laughing as I flooded the room with light. My shoulders relaxed. There. I could see proof of a pulse. Nothing else mattered. I got the wrong girl, he shouted. Well, almost nothing. A correctional facility will teach you things. I rammed a fist into the man's chest, simultaneously taking out his legs. I dropped down over him and squeezed his wrist, weeding the knife out of his grasp. He laughed as I cut his neck just enough to bleed. Then he breathed out, eyes blank and shiny. You look the same from the back, he said, lips stretched wide. But those are the eyes I adore. I thought Miley was just playing some hot and cold some days. But now I see. You can't fake those eyes. By God, I can't believe I got the wrong girl. You're damn right you picked the wrong girl, I hissed, cutting a little deeper. Mylene would have let you live. It only took a minute. I don't even remember it. I filtered it, the man's existence meaning as much to me as the drive to work. After it was over, I called the ambulance. I crawled over to Mylene and I tried to stem the bleeding. He'd stuck her all over, ruining that perfect smooth skin. I cradled Mylene's head as tears trailed down her face. Help me, Marie, she pleaded, voice weak and strained. She sobbed, face scrunching up, empty sockets screwed shut. It's so dark. It's so dark, Marie. So dark. The police found a pair of big brown eyes in the assailant's pocket. They found more eyes in jars at his house. My sister found peace in tragedy, adjusting to her new life. She's still her cheery self most days, but sometimes she'll cling tight to my arm when a cloud passes over the sun. I keep her company through her night terrors. I make her breakfast and dinner, drive her to and from friends' houses. I shield her from our parents' phone calls, insisting that the wrong girl ended up disabled. We're closer than ever now, but I hate the price we paid more than anyone else. Twice. Mylene has been the wrong girl. The switchblade in my pocket and the blood under my nails is a promise that there won't be a strike 3. I'll gladly take the blame until I'm down in the dirt, keeping both of us safe. Mylene and I cradled side by side. One wrong, one right. One dark, one light. One black sheep, and one white.
Thanks for listening. If you haven't already, don't forget to cast your vote for this contestant via a thumbs up or thumbs down vote. By doing so, you'll help us determine who will become the next permanent member of our voice acting team. At the close of voting on August 15th, based on your votes, the top 25 contestants will advance to the third round, which begins September 1st, based entirely on your votes. Thank you for voting and for helping to spread the word. You're listening to Chilling Tales for Dark Nights. I'm Steve Taylor, host of Chilling Tales, the podcast, encouraging you to turn off the lights and turn on the dark.
Chilling Tales for Dark Nights.